Hi everyone, this is the third in our series of videos that we've done about Universal Credit. It's been a little while since the last one, so I thought I'd begin just by doing a recap on what's been happening since UC was implemented in Newcastle. Just as a reminder, we went live in April last year and it was a slow start. The applicants who were affected by Universal Credit in the first round were fairly small numbers. These were single people and couples who were in receipt of job seekers allowance. You might remember that we were expecting at that time anything up to 800 people could have been affected last year. In the end, we only had a little over 300 council tenants who went onto UC by the end of March. Our specialist team worked with those individuals on a one-to-one basis and proved really successful in making sure that those people got the right support to enable them to pay their rent. Because we must remember at the end of the day that for us and for the tenants, this is the primary purpose of what we're doing. It's really important that we get the rent in to enable the housing revenue account to deliver services and make sure that we can improve stock and have new build in the city. A couple of other big things that happened last year. We applied for and were successful in getting trusted partner status with the DWP. This means that where we want to make an application for an alternative payment, i.e. the rent money to come directly into the council, then we can make that without the DWP having any say in whether or not that proceeds or not. So for us, that was really successful. We've already got about 150 alternative payment arrangements put in place through that trusted partner arrangement. And then another great success last year was the fact that we started co-location in the job centres across the city. So Molly and Emma, as our UC specialists, were spending 1 day a week in each of the job centres, and this was beneficial for us, but also it was really beneficial for the DWP staff. They didn't know anything about housing really, they didn't know how our systems worked, how rent accounts worked and so on. So Molly and Emma played a pivotal role in bringing the job centre staff up to date and up to speed and increase their skills and knowledge. So quite a bit happened last year. But for us really things have started to pick up a pace from May just this year. So at the end of May the City Centre Job Centre went live with the full service, so that means that anybody in receipt of any of the 6 benefits which are covered by Universal Credit will be moving over from what they were currently getting onto UC. It's early days yet, but we've already seen a big increase in numbers. The service centre in Middlesbrough is responsible for processing those claims, and then they come from Middlesbrough electronically up through to the City Centre Job Centre. Part of what we've been able to do because of the success of the co-location pilot though is to extend that out. So we've just recently recruited 3 new people, and I'm pleased that Molly and Emma have taken up a new role with us as partnership officers with the DWP. And they're going to be based in job centres across the city, along with the 3rd officer who's just recently appointed as well. And their role really will be to build on the work that we've already done. As I said, it's early days for the City Centre Job Centre, but it's had quite a significant impact, particularly on the staff in the Kenton hub. So we've done some additional training with those officers, as well as training up at least 1 income recovery officer in each of the hubs to act as a UC specialist for their area. So we've had some great success. It's been an interesting time. It's been useful in that the number of cases that we've had over the last 12 months or so has been less than what we anticipated, because that's allowed us to learn from what we've been doing and to start to put into place processes and support through IT systems, which will really be crucial when we start to see a big ramp up in numbers, and we expect that to happen this year, as I say, with the City Centre Job Centre. Really, when we started the Universal Credit project, we weren't quite sure whether or not we're going to be doing the right thing and whether or not the support that we're providing for staff and particularly for tenants was going to be adequate. I think one of the big things which I've been pleased about most recently is that we've had externally verified assessment of our approach. So we asked the Internal Audit Service in the City Council to come in and do an assessment of what we've been trying to achieve in YHN. And I can honestly say hand on heart that in all the time that I've been looking at internal audit reports, this is the first time that I can remember where internal audit have given full assurance to any service area that they've been looking at with absolutely no recommendations whatsoever for changes. So I'd like to say a massive congratulations to everybody who's been involved in delivering universal credit across the city so far, but also ask you to continue with that positive approach. Make sure that over the next 12 months, as UC gets rolled out, and we have to cope with other challenges which are welfare reform related, things which will impact upon tenants and upon YHN, that we maintain that positivity and that we continue to do our best for tenants. Thanks very much.